a question about my work as well. I'm trained as a nurse, but I've stepped into more of
a healer.
Yes. And it's where I feel most comfortable. But as I begin to share information more publicly, I struggle sometimes with how much energy to spend on the contrast, as you spoke to. So I want to be spreading as much positive information as possible, but sometimes I feel called to share it in terms of contrasting with what exists that may not serve people anymore, certain people who are looking for something more. So just kind of balancing how much time to spend on highlighting things that I feel could be moved away from as a better...
You understand that their belief structures form the experiences and their realities. And since you are a healer in a medical field, you understand then that their beliefs and what they're being told by authority figures in the medical field has a direct impact on the physical experience they're going to have, yes?
Yes.
And you are wondering how much of that should you participate in, knowing that there is another way, yes?
Yes.
Here is the difficulty and the interestingness of your position. For most people, because they have been conditioned to believe about their bodies what others tell them, unfortunately they will need to continue to be under the guidance and care of clinicians. And why? Because they have not resonated or assimilated the totality of the truth, which is that their bodies are not vulnerable unless they came into this body with a specific condition, symptom, or illness at birth. There are symptoms and illnesses that have arisen as a result of their limiting beliefs are simply communications from the body that are telling them that their thoughts are in error. And once they have ascertained the error of their thoughts, the symptom and illness no longer has a purpose and will go away. But in order for most to believe this truth, they would have to disbelieve every commercial that they have seen, every doctor visit that they have had, and they will have to believe in the invincibility of their bodies, which for most is a difficult transition without effort being expended in the formation of a new belief and the deconstruction of the former belief. And so, your question is a good one, because how much then of the conversation do you have with others regarding their bodies that do not advocate in the limitation of the beliefs that they have about them? Their bodies are capable of fending off any virus or disease that could come into their experience, but it does not, because they do not fully believe that, you see. And so you are operating in a very unique area. What you could do is you could understand where they stand in their energetic vibration, which is a reflection of their beliefs, and you could use the power of your understanding to assist them with healing. And let me say it like this: the Western culture has been conditioned to believe in the medical authority figure, yes? When they have placed themselves in the role of a patient, there is an automatic application of authority that the medical professional, doctor, therapist, and so forth, is to be believed. And as long as the doctor and the patient believe this, or the clinician and the patient believe the same belief. Meaning, if in their interaction they believe that what they are about to engage in will heal the patient, if both the clinician and the patient are in alignment with this belief, then it will work. And so what you could do is offer unique healing modalities because the patients have already been conditioned to believe your authority in this area. You understand? I will give you an example. There was a client who wanted to have a certain spiritual experience of Michelle's, and she was unable to have this experience in her previous attempts. And so she sat with Michelle and discussed her concerns that she would not be able to have this experience because she had experienced trouble before. You see how a new belief is starting to form within this individual. But Michelle understood that they had engaged in a practitioner-client relationship. And she understood that as long as both parties were in agreement, then the issue would not come into the woman's experience. Yes? Same for you being a clinician. She is not a clinician, but she is a practitioner. You are a clinician. Yes? Okay. You can use this same example. And so she informed the client that she was of an age where this was not a concern. And that the only issue that had come up in the past was that there was some energy work that had to be done. But that since they had done that work last week, yes, that they had removed the barrier and that now this client would be able to proceed and have the experience that she was asking for. Yes? Whereupon, of course, as happens most often with clients and practitioners or patients and clinicians, there was an agreement. And then the client said, oh, and Michelle said confidently, yes. And so then, of course, then the client agrees to believe the practitioner, you see? When that happened, an energy bargain was struck, and they were going to proceed based on what Michelle believed. You understand? And what do you think happened?
She had the experience
that she had been searching for her whole life and more. You see, because it comes to the construction of the beliefs. Now, you are a healer in the medical field. And so you understand now by this example how you can use what is normally thought of as a limitation in the construction of those beliefs. You can use it for their benefit of their healing. Do you understand? You can understand that by doing energy work through their thoughts, because understand the imposition of your own energy, yes, is temporary. Again, the illnesses and symptoms that are occurring in their bodies are simply a communication from the body that there is an error in their thoughts, their beliefs, yes? You could employ a strategy whereby you deal with one fear, one fear, that you have them go through the process of acknowledging to stop the momentum, thereby creating the energy space here to be filled, and here is where you fill them with a new belief, which of course they will assent to. What the people in the Western culture have been trained. You all have been trained to believe the clinicians over the authentic power of your own selves. You've been abdicating this authority that you have over your own body forever. You can use this to their benefit, you understand, by constructing a scenario that they can, within their limited framework, be the beneficiary of a new belief that was created from the stopping of the momentum of just one fear. Certainly most humans have more than one, yes? But remember, you're just trying to construct a path for them to be willing to step onto, which is the path that they have been trained to, which is to believe what you're saying about their body more than what they say about their body. Yes?
Mhm.
And you may use that as a path to you.
Thank you very much.
You are more than welcome.